You've always felt different, not better, not louder, just set apart. And no matter how much you try to blend in, something in you keeps pulling away from the crowd, quietly burning with a fire you didn't ask for but can't extinguish. And that's the first hidden sign of a spiritual calling, divine discomfort, the kind that whispers, "You were made for more." Even when life looks ordinary on the outside, this inner unease is not anxiety. It's the Holy Spirit stirring purpose within you. Just like Jeremiah said, "His word is in my heart like a fire shut up in my bones." Jeremiah 20, verse 9. And here's the second sign most people overlook. You experience strange warfare that others don't. Attacks that seem random, but are precise, strategic, and relentless. Because the enemy always identifies your calling before you do, which is why chosen vessels often face more temptation, more betrayal, more heaviness and silence. Because hell fears your awakening more than anything else. And when you're being spiritually hunted, it's often proof you're being spiritually summoned. Then there's the third. Your heart breaks easily for what breaks God's. And it's not just empathy, it's an involuntary burden for people, for truth, for righteousness, like Moses, who left the palace because injustice burned in him more than comfort ever could. Exodus 2:11-12. And when you can't look at suffering without feeling responsible to step in, even when no one asked you to, that's not weakness, that's calling. The fourth hidden sign, you're constantly stripped of what others rely on. People, plans, platforms. God will isolate you to incubate you, because private pruning always precedes public power. And if your life lately feels like a divine dismantling, it's because God is clearing the stage for something holy, just like he did with Joseph, who had to lose the coat before he could carry the crown. Genesis 37:23. And finally, the fifth is perhaps the most misunderstood. You don't fit into religion, but you're magnetized by God's presence. And no matter how many churches you've walked into, or leaders you followed, something in you always aches for more. Because your calling isn't to follow blindly, it's to lead boldly. And like David, you were trained in caves, not cathedrals, fighting lions in secret before ever holding a sword in public. 1 Samuel 17:34-37. So if you've been misunderstood, overlooked, or dismissed by people who couldn't decode your fire, understand this: you're not crazy, you're called. And now is not the time to water it down, hide it, or play small. Because heaven didn't mark you for comfort, it marked you for impact. And your refusal to settle is your confirmation, not your curse. So stop asking for permission to be what God already declared. You don't need a title to walk in authority. You just need obedience. Because those who are truly called won't need the world to validate them. They'll simply obey and watch God turn their wilderness into a weapon.